see anything. Welcome back everybody at another episode. I'm the Clueless Traveler, and this time we're gonna have a little road trip towards the Sunshine Coast and see if its popularity is justified or overrated. Let's find out.
The old bridge there. Yeah. See that old bridge there? It might have washed away, or they might just have decided to build a new one. Like this old American style steel bridge.
So we are having a pit stop here, fueling up, and it's time for a snackaroo and a coffee. Alright, that's an espresso, more or less, I guess. And let's take one for my dad.
Nothing but dry weather and clear skies, but now it's finally raining.
We wanted to go to the beach. I don't think it's gonna happen. Can't see anything. So yeah, we stop now and you can hear the thunder around you. It sounds like war's going on at the moment.
Cannon fire.
Ford is having a party up there with the hammer, you know.
Yeah.
Christ. It's pretty extreme. So yeah, this is one of those chimneys that most probably, I don't know if this one particularly is doing it, but there are a lot of chimneys that pump up a lot of smoke, probably part of all of the sugarcane industry around here, because for hundreds and hundreds of kilometers long you have sugarcane plantations all around you in Queensland. Everything here is a sugarcane plantation. Or they have of course also some mangoes and bananas and pineapples, but I would say the majority most definitely are sugarcane. Everything. Well, arrived at the motel and I'm just gonna see if the booking got through, because it is of course a last minute booking. Well, it was all good, so let's see what it is like for one night. Well, it's a microwave, toaster, coffee machine, even a radio, I think. The television in the fridge. Well, that's more than we need, so yeah, pretty grand. Yeah, a shower and a toilet. And yeah, well, good enough. Good enough. For one night is fine. Well, so we are next to the mall basically, so that's easy on purpose, so we can just walk over there or there, get something to eat, and then tomorrow we continue towards Rockhampton, but probably past Rockhampton, to get as far as possible, or maybe Bundaberg, maybe not, and then the day after we go towards the Sunshine Coast. So yeah, we do most of the traveling in the next 3 days, and then we can take it easy again. So let's get some food. So Dad, what is the crazy thing about Australia?
The shopping centres are closed at about 5 o'clock.
Yeah, everything closes every time.
Even when it's Christmas shopping,
it's 5
they're
o'clock.
closed at 5 o'clock.
Yeah, it's so strange. It's
everything's open about 10 o'clock at night, where we're from. Especially before Christmas, right before Christmas.
Yeah, especially during Christmas, it's of course busier, and everything just dies in general after 5 apparently. Yeah. Even the coffee places, and maybe it's just the regulations or something that they have, but it's very weird. Oh, good morning from Mackay. We're dropping off the key and we're gonna continue on the road. It's just 8 a.m. Our circadian rhythms are really on point because we wake up when the sun is up. Stop number uno. Filling up again. They're doing roadworks there anyway, so good time to take a break and coffee. Wherever you go in Australia, you're never far away from another immigrant story. In this case, we came across this man who also was of Dutch descent and had a similar story as my father. The only difference being that he stayed in Australia and my dad didn't.
Come on, where are you going?
Yeah.
Oh,
Buddy.
probably the little one. Yeah, he's bringing the thing. See, it's the little one.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Just
a
share,
baby.
mate.
That's a baby.
Alright.
Yeah.
Well, we arrived at the Capricorn caves. Over here. So, I saw that you have various walking routes. Oh, you're just gonna take the regular one, of course. So we're gonna literally go down under, under the ground.
Alright everybody, welcome to the Capricorn Caves. My name is Cass, I will be your guide.
So the story of these caves is actually quite interesting. First of all, it's not underground, but it's on ground level, and are technically rocks carved out by millions of years of rain and water flow. But the interesting thing is the discovery of the caves, because there was no human presence until one man showed up. After accidentally discovering the caves, he went in to map the whole cave system with an old-fashioned torch and a rope around his waist. When the torch went out, he had to crawl his way back following the rope in complete darkness. The crazy detail about this is that he was doing this in knee-deep bat poop, because the caves were filled with bats that were pooping a lot. This part of the cave has better acoustics than a Sydney opera house, and they're gonna demonstrate it now with some music. One of the ways to get in or out if you want. Yeah.
To move on, yeah, that kind of thing. It just depends where they are.
Well, it was quite a nice tour. It was not too long, not too short, 45 minutes. And she explained things very good. Well, we left the caves again. Did you like the caves?
Yes. Yes, they were very interesting and very cool down there. Fresh and cool.
Yeah. Well, we made it to Gladstone. And as usual, it is completely dead. Because it's almost 5 o'clock. So that means like close everything quickly. It's insane how dead everything can be here. It's so quiet.
Well, this looks very nice.
Yeah, this is going towards the beach.
Going towards the beach now.
Yes. Well, we arrived at the Holiday Inn, Motor Inn. Let's see if our booking got through and if we can actually stay here. So yeah, it's all okay. It's very small opening, but it works. Here we have a nice little terrace, and there's the bay and the ocean and stuff like that. So that's for tonight. Decent bed, a TV, and then bathroom. Setup is a bit better organized and looks nicer than what we had last night. Well, good morning from Gladstone. It's time to leave again. Chuck this in the box. And we're going down to the Sunshine Coast. One of the challenges of driving those one-lane roads, what they call a highway here, is that you get stuck behind these things, for example, like a camper van, lorries, boats or oversized things, or just slow drivers or something. And it's becomes a game of overtaking the whole time. There are those lanes that are specifically for overtaking, and it becomes a little bit of a game of overtaking, who can overtake who as quick as possible, etc. And yeah, that is the entire road forward. The whole time you get stuck, overtake, get stuck, overtake, get stuck, overtake, and yeah, you can maybe drive 80, 90 if you're lucky. So here we are at one of the stops. If you actually drive across the roads, you will see a sign that says coffee, a free coffee when open, and so we're gonna actually try it out for once. It's just one of those general, I think it's a camping or just a stopover, not sure. It's pretty big. It's very common to see those around along the road. So yeah, we're gonna check out the free coffee stand. Apparently people come here to give free coffee to travelers. I don't know who funds that, but it sounds interesting.
Yes, all of you.
Biscuits, coffee and tea, and a donation box. So you can leave a donation to make it worthwhile for those people. Gogi. So these roadside locations apparently are accessible for 20 hours, so you can stay here for 20 hours if you need to. But if you go over that, it's $1,500 fine. So yeah, it is a public place for, well, it says for your safety, so you don't become sleepy. They have signs everywhere along the road that says fatigue zone, drowsy zone, don't fall asleep, stay awake, stuff like that. So yeah, they really try their best. Well, we just quickly filled her up at the gas station. We're an hour away. The entire journey is 5.5 hours basically. And we came across the sign that said that here are apparently the best pies of Queensland. Beefies. So, well, my dad has a kind of disappointment finding a good pie, he said, so let's try it out. Steak and bacon, and this is?
Steak and bacon.
No, it's both the same, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, and it's good?
Yeah, it's good. Nice and crunchy. Fried too.
It's probably because the other ones were from the gas station. Cheap places have cheap food. So finally, satisfaction. Also, by the way, I'm in a toilet here, but I noticed that every toilet here, doesn't matter where it is, in the restaurant or petrol station, has this thing, which is apparently for depositing sharp units, referring most probably for needles. Well, we don't have these kinds of things as far as I have noticed in Europe. Apparently it's a big problem here that people use drugs or something, I guess, or maybe other things. Interesting. I didn't know it was such a big problem around here. Or maybe it... Well, we just arrived, I think. Gonna meet the host and see where we can park the car and everything, and let's see what our next room is gonna be like. Looks promising. Good morning from Sunshine Coast. Today we have done some well-deserved laundry. And easy morning. Now we're gonna head out to the beach. Because it's also Sunday, so everything is closed. Because Australia likes to close everything. So let's see what there is open in the first place. And just take it easy. Tomorrow we're probably gonna go to some kind of Everglades or other beach place. And then we're gonna head on over to Brisbane again as the final step. And then it's gonna be the train to Sydney. So we're almost at the end of the full circle. Well, we're here at the beach. Noosa beach. Really nice room. And that has 3 flavors again. I have 1. Because I'm okay with 1. So today we're walking around along the coast, Sunshine Coast. It is quite windy today, but the temperature is still good, 24 degrees. And people are swimming all over the place, so it's just over there. And here it turns into rocks and stones. So not really a swimming place, but it's still pretty nice. So of course, something you're gonna have here is a beach Santa. So they always have memorials in every place where we go. And they also have this war dog memorial, one of many you can find in the country. And it has also an additional water fountain for the dogs of the park. So it's like their last gift is for other dogs at least to be hydrated, which is kind of nice. So the beach here has very good facilities and everything is very organized and clean and proper. They have play areas over here, for example, for the kids, a lot of swings and well, play area in general, picnic areas. Everything is very well maintained. So yeah, even the toilets are very decent, right?
Yeah, very decent, clean, and good, nice facilities in there too.
Yeah. So you can definitely notice that the Sunshine Coast is a very popular place, or else they would not invest so much in this. Yeah, and of course the Esplanade, as it is called, very busy already now. And the high season I think has just started, so you can imagine how it must be at the high season. It must be jam-packed with people probably. But yeah, it looks very nice. So it's almost 5 o'clock, of course. Good morning from Noosa Heads. Today we are at Noosa Heads, at the beach.
Yes.
And it's a nice day, not too hot, not too cold. Yeah, it's just a 40-minute drive from Sunshine Coast, basically. So it's not that much. So we're gonna explore Noosa Heads today and the beach. Maybe gonna have a dip, I don't know. But yeah, this is apparently, according to our Airbnb host, this is the place where the more wealthy Australians come. Yeah, looks like it a little bit. So what we're gonna see for ourselves. So we got our coffee, we got our pastries. You even got a free scone apparently.
Yeah.
That's nice. And we got a front row seat here at Noosa Heads.
Yeah, that's right.
I mean, life couldn't be better sometimes, right? Simple things. So you can just cross over to those sandbanks and hop onto the sandbank, and over there is the ocean. So that's the ocean. Yeah. So they have the jet skiing and stuff, and boat rentals. People, they fish around here, but you're not allowed to spearfish. Because, you know, I always bring my spear fishing with me, so it's really bummer that I can't do that here now. It's amazing that even after 2 meters going back into the foresty area, you completely forget that you're at the beach. It's so thick around here, and it's a barrier for the sound also, so you completely lose the idea that you're actually at the beach if you just look at this. It's a very thick bush, and it's full of life. Mostly those turkey looking birds, don't know what they are, but they look like Australian turkeys or something, and other kind of birds. A lizard here or there. But no snakes until now. Almost looks like a snake almost. If it wasn't for his little feet. Jeez, he really has a snake body. Look how many move.
Yeah, no, yeah.
He also moves like a snake.
Yeah.
Wow. It's probably
Legs are so short.
it's probably the evolution between, sort of.
Yeah.
I mean, it's maybe it's part of their tactic to look like a snake, so then they scare away other like predators or something.
Visitors. Got from there and can't see it. Hold your hand up and behind it.
Righty.
Hold your hand up behind it. There's 2 more. There's the middle one there. There's the
This one.
Right, did you put a date on it?
Yeah. Well, after strolling around the Noosa Head Boulevard a little bit, the main beach, now we're gonna drive up a little bit further to another beach, and from there you have the National Reserve, which has a lot of walks and tracks. So maybe we can find a decent track for my dad also to take. That is not too steep and not too hilly, but it's entertaining enough. So yeah, just 2 minutes from here, see how it is. So this is of course the perfect place for surfing. That's why it's also called Surfer's Paradise. If I would have had more time, then I would probably have tried it, but we have to continue tomorrow again to Brisbane. So all along this coast they have this sort of boardwalk going along the coast, and so you can actually reach the other beaches also by foot if you would like, or maybe by bike or something. And people, they are surfing all around you, as you can see, and there are many access points to the ocean. And this is also the place which where the national park starts. So let's see how far we can hike before my dad gets tired. Pretty impressive that one moment you have the ocean on that side, and then if you look this side, it feels like you're in the jungle suddenly, or in a pretty thick forest. Christ, look at that. That's amazing. This is T3 Bay apparently. And this is along the walking path, the coastal walk path. In total this is 4 hours or 5 hours walking, which we're not gonna do, obviously. But it's part of it. I think it's one of the more doable walking paths around here, because the other ones just go up into the bush around here. It's very hilly. So this is the more elderly friendly kind of walk, right Dad?
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I left my dad behind at the T3 Bay. It's already enough for him, this walk. What's up? Hi, good day. Hello. Oh yeah. Hi, good day. So all around this reserve you also have those inland sort of tracks in the bush. Like what I'm doing right now is cutting off what I just walked. So I walked from there to there, and I'm coming up and trying to see if I can find anything. I just saw a kookaburra, and there's supposedly koalas here, but like everywhere there's supposed to be some kind of animal, but it's very hard to spot them. You meet, at least we did, many Australians that haven't seen much themselves. So yeah, you have to pay attention first of all, of course, for snakes. They could still be here, of course, obviously. Spiders, because you've already seen a couple of big ones. We don't know what they do, and I don't want to find out. And in the meantime, you want to keep an eye out at the canopy, because maybe there's a koala. So yeah. Well, we made it back again to the starting point, and Dad did a good job, right, Dad? Good effort, right? What? Was a good effort. Yeah.
Not bad for an old man.
Yeah, I think so too. So, slowly heading back to the car now. Oh, good morning again from Sunshine Coast. We are leaving onwards to Brisbane. Well, we're back in Brisbane, and this is a very, very tight parking here down in the hotel. Christ, it's almost like Europe. Look at this. My God. It's twisting and turning with a big car. Literally 5 minutes from dropping it off, and I don't want to break the car now, obviously. But this is, yeah, fun, very fun. And what do you think of the Sunshine Coast? Is it overrated? Is it justified? Let me know in the comments. Next episode I'm gonna fulfill a lifelong dream on my birthday. See you next time.